Hello and welcome, this is GG Your Face. I'm very excited to bring to you game number 3 between Skutt and ChewBroCColi. Skutt is playing as the green Zerg player at the 3 o'clock position, and ChewBroCColi is playing as the yellow Terran at the 9 o'clock position. This is game number 3 between these two players. Both players have taken one game, so whoever wins this will win and go on, and whoever loses this one will eat a bucket of ice cream. That's what I would do. ChewBroCColi has finished the supply depot at his ramp and looks like he's gonna be putting a whole bunch of rally points. Wow, the APM for this guy must be insane. Not as insane as the other guy, Skutt, and ChewBroCColi is gonna put the barracks down at the top of his ramp, and Skutt looks like he might be saving up for a spawning pool or a hatchery. At 14 right now, he is leading a drone off of his creep, and it looks like he will be putting that hatchery down at 14 once again. He really likes that 14 and expand kind of build. I have been playing a lot of random recently, and refinery is going down, and I really enjoy the new and improved Zerg with their buff roaches. It's really fun, but Skutt does not seem to favor roaches. He does have a very good Zergling and Baneling build, and I really like it because it goes into Ultralisk really fast. He gets a couple of infestors, sufficient number to deal with the Marine Marauder Medevac ball, and he is a really innovative player trying to do a lot of new styles. Skutt is going to be scouting the correct direction now, as well as ChewBroCColi, because he's seen the Overlord at the 12 o'clock position, and now he will be finishing off his ramp with another supply depot as well as a tech lab, and this Marine is going to try to kill off the drone. The drone has 11 HP, but he's going to come in anyway, very brave, and probably die. Ooh, actually gets away it looks like, and he's going to come up the ramp once again. No, why did you come up the ramp? And he does lose that unit. A spawning pool is about to be done at the moment. At the same time, ChewBroCColi is scouting inside the base of Skutt. 3 drones are going to be on that extractor right away as this hatchery is about to be finished. 1 Reaper on the way for ChewBroCColi, and ChewBroCColi once again trying that bunker Reaper early aggression, and Skutt does see it. I think he's going to pull off a couple of drones to fight this off once again. The Reaper should be on his way relatively soon. There is 2 queens coming, 1 from each base, and ChewBroCColi is going to abandon the bunker. The bunker is unbuilt, about 70% done, and he's waiting for the Reaper to come. The Reaper is coming, but it's relatively slow because they are at cross positions on Metalopolis, and it is pretty far because you can't really walk straight. You have to walk around the big gaping hole in the middle of the map, and the Reaper is coming, and the Zergling are going to try to take down this bunker. I'm not sure if he will cancel. It looks like he did cancel. It had around 93 or so HP before it went down. Metabolic boost is being researched by Skutt, and Skutt has a lot of Zerglings. I think he really wants to do something with these Zerglings because he has made them, and there is a Reaper on the way, and the Reaper is going to come to the ledge over here and around. 2 additional barracks is going to be coming once again for ChewBroCColi. He really likes that infantry pressure. One of game number 2 was pretty good because Skutt was getting the infestation pit along with the spire, which is a lot of tech buildings to be getting while your opponent is getting a couple of more barracks. Skutt didn't really scout in game number 2 either, but I think he's going to try to do something. Ooh, almost getting it off there. There's 1 Overlord. Maybe this Overlord is checking out if his opponent ChewBroCColi is going to check out that 12 o'clock position. I think Skutt is going to be planning a hidden expansion at the 12 possibly, and he will come over here and take down that 1 Zergling. If we take a look at the army size, 36 to 26 actually being supply block right now for Skutt. And the Terran player does have control of the towers in the middle of the map, giving him vision. A Zergling is going to be coming to the tower and probably going to die. We do see 4 barracks once again, 2 reactors, 1 tech lab, and we see 1 Marine and 1 Reaper. Baneling's Nest about to be complete as the lair tech has begun, it seems. A couple of Zerglings and drones, and this Zergling is going to check out the base of his opponent. ChewBroCColi does have the expansion already. Both players taking up a lot of income, almost identical at the moment for both these players. They do have only 2 gas each. None have 4 gases just yet. And we do see that Creep Tumor is spreading the creep for not ChewBroCColi, for Skutt, and Skutt is going to hold his butt across the map, and he will take down that Reaper at the tower. He does have control of one of the towers right now. Combat shield is being researched for the Marines to give him additional HP, and 1 refinery is going up at the moment for ChewBroCColi. Skutt, however, is flying across the map with this speed upgraded Zerglings, and ooh, they're turning into Banelings. That could do some damage. Hey, I wonder if ChewBroCColi has map hack. He somehow is moving his units into position. For some reason, his spidey sense is tingling, and these three Balings, I can't count, are gonna coming down the ramp, and down the ramp they go, and they do blow up, and they will kill off one Reaper and two Marines. Not too bad, but not too great. But that was very, very good positioning by ChewBroCColi, almost if he's seen that coming. This is a very nice spread for ChewBroCColi. A lot of Terrans could learn a lot from that spread, because it will prevent a lot of those Balings, because it's so widespread, and this creep tumor is creeping up ever so slowly for a bunch of overlords. Has spawned unit arm count 55 to 66 at the moment. The APM is not off the chart just yet, but that is pretty nominal at the early stage of the game. A couple of Zergling cutting off the reinforcements, and they will take down these two Marines. One Marauder is probably gonna run away. He does use the drugs, and he's running. His buddies are coming over to help. We'll be able to take down these Zerglings. He does manage to have one Zergling run up to the tower and kill off this SCP. But ChewBroCColi's friends are not too concerned about the watchtower, as they're marching toward to put some pressure on Skutt. Skutt actually put down a hatchery here, but he cancelled it, seeing that there is a ton of units coming his way. He did put down 3 spine crawlers and is building a lot of Zerglings and getting some Balings at the moment. Also 1 infestor, it looks like. A couple of Zerglings surround the infantry units, and a scan goes off, cleaning out some of these creep tumors, reducing division. Also somewhat reduces your enemy's confidence, and I think this creep is going to get cancelled. The spine crawl does get cancelled, and we see infantry fighting off the queen. Ooh, he takes down 1 spine crawler, and another spine crawler does get cancelled. And we see a bunch of Balings running forward. The Balings are, ooh, that is a tremendous amount of stuff that blew up for 2 Balings. Very, very nicely done there by Skutt. A lot of Zerglings are coming in to finish off the job, and Fester does fungal growth, preventing them from doing additional damage, and some of these forces are falling back, and Skutt is laughing here on this watchtower with the 1 Zergling. Take a look at the army size, 64 to 70, relatively even, slightly in favor of ChewBroCColi, as he does have a lot of production facilities. 2 of those production facilities do have reactors. A couple of Zerglings chasing these infantry back, and they will run back into their friendly territory. Will be able to deter those Zerglings from getting additional kills, and they do mob this 1 Marine. And that 1 Marine, I really like the animation of Starcraft 2. It looks pretty neat. And looks like Skutt does have 0-0 upgrade, as well as ChewBroCColi. Skutt, however, is getting the melee attacks #1, and he's leaving 1 Zergling here to see if whether or not his opponent is going to be expanding. Skutt, however, is expanding to the lower right-hand corner. He's always looking for a way to get additional income, and he's also upgrading to a hive at the moment. 1 evolution chamber. Some people like to do double evolution chamber because they're relatively cheap at only 75 plus. I guess the 50 you would have to spend on the drone is actually 150, so it's not, I mean 125 I can't add, so it's not that cheap as I first suspected. And there's a couple of Marine Marauder units maybe thinking about moving out. There is a ball, he used to spread this out, but now this is no longer spread out, it is in a giant ball. There's 1 Zergling at the upper left, and ooh, he's gonna get a hidden hatchery here at the 12 o'clock position. I really like this. Skutt has gotten away with some hidden expansions, and ChewBroCColi was wary of that in game number 2, but it looks like he's not going to be able to find it this time. We'll see what happens when it goes up. We see a nice sized army coming across the map for ChewBroCColi. ChewBroCColi really wants to end it early, as he's not really getting the upgrade once again, just getting a lot of units. And yeah, I think he wanted to hide his units from that Zergling that was on the tower. He had most of his units wait at the bottom to see what was at top, and his units were still within range. That was kind of silly of ChewBroCColi. And these infantry, as well as 1 tank with siege mode research, I believe, is going to come in here, and a scan goes off. He will see some of the Balings as well as infestors. They're going to come, and if we see a fungal growth, will be really good. One of the tanks are sieging outside of position. Fungal growth goes off, and these Balings are blowing up, and stuff is turning green, and piles of goo are spreading. But ChewBroCColi is doing really well. He does have a lot of his units spread out, even though fungal growth and the Balings were really, really dangerous against this Marine Marauder mix. He actually managed to do pretty well that time. 118 to 66. Very, very stressful time right now for Skutt. His base is up, but he doesn't have any drones over there because he simply can't afford it. He also has another base over here. He has 4 bases, 2 base, not really mining at the moment because he really needs to make some units to deal with this pressure from ChewBroCColi. 1 fungal growth comes from Skutt, and Skutt will be able to take off a couple of these Marine Marauders. Additional Marines arrive just in time to heal, and there's 1 tank sieging up in the back both players throwing up all their resources at these units, and ooh, there's a lot of Brewlings. These Brewlings might actually get us around this tank and kill it. Oh man, oh man. Zerglings and Brewlings killing off a tank. That is a sight to behold. It's nice to see that the hatchery and the ability that the hatcheries have when they die to spawn Brewlings actually pay off that time. It's very, very rare to see those little gimmicky tricks for the Zerg or any other race pay off, but that time it did. A couple of drones just hanging out there, and it looks like he does have the Ultralisk Cavern, and he is upgrading these armor, and we see a ton of Zerglings coming across, and a scan goes off, so he knows what he's dealing with. That's what ChewBroCColi sees. And if we take a look at the army size, 125 to 95, a couple of more drones have spawned over here, but he's really focusing on the natural expansion as ChewBroCColi is going to start laying siege to Skutt's outer perimeter. If we take a look at the income tab, Skutt does have a slight advantage, and it looks like ChewBroCColi still does not see the base at the 12 o'clock position, and I think that might be problematic for him because he's only assuming that his opponent has not expanded, but that one sneaky drone did sneak by and grabbed an expansion, and that is making a difference in minerals at the moment, even though he has fewer collectors. And we see a couple of more Ultralisks are being produced at the moment. The ground forces for Skutt is at 1-0, and the ground forces for the ChewBroCColi player is at 1-0 as well. Pretty much even on the upgrades, but ChewBroCColi has a lot more units than his opponent does, but he actually has a lot more SCVs as well. If we take a look at the unit count, he has 79 SCVs, but he's only mining from 2 bases, and that is a lot of SCVs. This is not something you want to see. That is almost 5 lines worth of SCVs, and we see a huge battle here, and some of the units are actually shooting themselves as the tanks are trying to shoot the Ultralisk. The Ultralisk did back away as there are additional tank reinforcements in the back, and I think that number of SCVs will hurt him a little bit. If we take a look at the unit count, there is 1 Ultralisk and 5 Infestors. That's all that Skutt has at the moment, but ChewBroCColi is backing away. And he does scan the back. I think he could have spent that time pushing forward a little bit. Skutt is a little bit behind, but a couple of Zerglings have spawned, and the Overlord is going to be sacrificed coming in here to see exactly what he's dealing with. ChewBroCColi also has a ton of medevacs. He doesn't have that much infantry, but he has a ton of medevacs. Oh man, that is problematic. Too many SCVs here, not sufficient infantry. Ooh, a Fungal Grove goes off, and another Fungal Grove goes off on 2 Marines. That is a little bit of a waste. And I think both players are trying to draw the line in the sand, and Skutt is getting a lot of income from this expansion. I don't believe ChewBroCColi has seen it. ChewBroCColi still does not know about the 12 o'clock expansion, and I think he wants to move in here. He only has about a handful of Marauders and a handful of Marines. He's spreading them out to prevent the Balings from blowing up on all of them. A couple of medevacs overlooking, and another Overlord comes in to take a look at what he's dealing with. A lot of, only 3 tanks, not that many. Even though the army size is heavily in favor of ChewBroCColi, he has simply too many SCVs. He has 30 more SCVs than Skutt does, so in terms of army size, they're pretty much even, except that he has a lot more SCVs collecting minerals. That is not helping that much. Another Fungal Grove goes off, but the amount of Marauders and Marines, I don't think it's going to be enough to deal with these Ultralisks. These Ultralisks are moving forward. There's 5 of them. They're coming forward. A bunch of infested Terran are spawning, and these Ultralisks are making very, very short work of the infantry as well as the tanks. The Ultralisks are going to be able to take down this last tank, and they're working through all these units. The infested Terrans are taking out a ton of the medevacs. That was extremely good play by Skutt, and these 2 medevacs are forced to retreat. And these Infestors are awfully happy, as they have done the Fungal Grove as well as the Infested Terran have done a ton of damage to ChewBroCColi, and ChewBroCColi feeling the hurt a little bit, leaving 1 medevac behind. Now is going to move it back. ChewBroCColi's only on 2 base at the moment, where Skutt is on 3 base, getting his 4 base. 2 base mining is what I mean. This base is completely empty. He did have those SCVs doing, wow, that is a lot of SCVs, ladies and gentlemen. That is almost 5 tabs worth of SCVs, and there is 2 tabs worth of SCV, another 2 tabs worth of SCV, 3 tabs worth of SCV coming, and Skutt is doubly expanding. And if we take a look at the ChewBroCColi screen, he still does not see the 12 o'clock position. He only sees the middle. He does not see the lower right either. So there's 2 base ChewBroCColi does not know about. If we take a look at the army count, wow, that is 150 to 155. But keep in mind, ChewBroCColi does have about 30 more SCVs than Skutt has drones. But if we take a look at the income, and we see that Skutt is actually ahead because there's an oversaturation FCV here, collecting from not that many minerals. Only about, I would say, 600 minerals left to mine for ChewBroCColi in his natural expansion. and he is heavily mining these with his mules. And I think he wants to do some harassment to the bottom of the base as